Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to my channel, Spirit Field Warrior Ministries. Today, I want to share a dream with you all that I had back in September last year. So, I had a dream that I went to go and get my nails done, and as I was driving home, I noticed that my nails looked damaged and they just looked like they were weak and brittle, and I was like, why does my nails look like this? I just came back from the nail shop, so why is my nails looking so ugly? So I went back to the nail shop, to tell the tech that, hey, look at my nails. I don't know what's going on, but my nails look a mess. But when I went to tell her about it, she just ignored me, and she just acted like I wasn't even there. And so she was like, being dismissive, and she would go and answer the phone, and it's like she was just busy and just doing stuff and wasn't even acknowledging that I, was trying to explain to her that my nails looked a mess. So I was like, just forget it. So I ended up driving home. And so when I drove home, I parked in a driveway, and it was a lot of people standing outside. So when I got the car, everybody was looking up at the sky. So I started to look up, and then when I looked up, it was like on one side of the sky there was like a bunch of smoke, and then the other side, the opposite side, there was like fire. And so the fire from that other side, ended up coming down, and it landed on, the trees. And so I remember in the dream that when it landed on the trees, it was like you could see the drops of fire. And the thing of it is, it didn't burn up the trees, but it's like the trees looked the fire looked very pretty. It was like the color of topaz, maybe just a little darker, in between like a topaz color and like burnt orange kind of. But I remember in the dream that it looked beautiful, and I just saw it on the trees, but it just didn't burn it up into, or anything. But I just saw that, and I remember like, wow, look at how this fire looks. And so we all went in the house, and I remember in the dream that my godmother was in the house and her niece. And so I turned to her niece and I told her, that's judgment. And so she looked at me and she was like, what? Like, what you say? And I was like, yeah, this is judgment. And I said, yeah, this is judgment because of how the way the world is rejecting Yahuwah. And so after that, I remember I was looking for my husband, at that time he was alive, because like I said, it was back in September of last year. And so I remember that I was, trying to find him, and I was like, well, where is he? I thought he was just here. And so I don't know, in a dream, I think I ended up calling him, or he called me. And so he was saying that he was at work. And I was like, what? I was like, why are you at work? Do you see what's going on? And he was saying, hey, I just thought that people would want to come and get their hair cut. And so I was like, I remember I was upset in the dream. And so he was like, hey, just come and pick me up. And so I remember in the dream that I was upset, and I was like, now why do this man have me coming to pick him up, and there is devastation outside? But then I was like, well, maybe everything will be okay because it's just sitting there. Nothing is happening. No fire is dropping down on anyone. And I just put my shoes on, and then I woke up. And see, one thing I want to say, that in this dream, the crazy thing is, this was maybe like a month, maybe some weeks before my husband passed away. And it's so odd because it's like, it made me think about what's going on in this world today. how we're seeing, this heat wave. We're seeing that it's not only hot here in like the southern states in the United States, but we also see that there is also like a heat wave in Europe. And I find that very odd. I don't know about you. I've never heard about it. I've never heard about anything about Europe, being extremely hot. And all of this is happening all around the same time. Okay. So this right here, this is a wake up call. This is an eye opener. Okay. Something is definitely going on in a spiritual realm. Okay. So I believe that the stuff is about to go down. Okay. We are, seeing some really strange things that's going on with the weather, but I believe and I know in my heart that this is just the beginning, that there will be more things, coming into play, and another thing that I noticed too, when I watched the news is, they brought up something about some sightings about UFOs or whatever. Okay. People, they'll believe in UFOs, but I guess a lot of them don't want to believe, and they dismiss that there are demons. But anyways, so, you got that going on. You got the weather going on. And then it seemed like during this month, and last month or whatever, there has been a lot of, shootings, like mass shootings. And I know that, it happens, but it just, to me, it seems like it's happening more. And it's becoming too common, and that's a problem. So as you can see, there's definitely some things that's going on in the spiritual realm. And then, not to mention people just dropping. I have never heard or, just experienced, just hearing about people dying just randomly. You know that people be sick, or they might be into something that they shouldn't and they end up dying, or maybe suicide, but it's just like they're just dropping. And that is, that's alarming. All of these events that's going on, why wouldn't we wake up? Why wouldn't this get our attention? We can't afford to be asleep. It's time to start getting some answers. And the answers is in the word, okay? Because the word warned us about these things that's coming into play. So we don't have time to just be complacent. We don't have time to be desensitized, by what the media is telling us, or, we're getting distracted by all these things and allowing the media to feed us and pump us up with fear. I'm probably telling y'all this and y'all, probably be getting scared. But just know, you put your true faith, trust, and hope in Yahuwah, you don't have to be afraid, because these things are going to happen. This is to be expected. But when you put everything into Yahuwah, then you'll be fine, okay? Because his perfect love, it casts out fear. So we don't have to worry about all these things that's happening. These things are going to come into play as long as you are following his commandments. As long as you are living for him, you're okay. All right. Make sure your heart is in the right place. Okay. If you're not, it's not too late. As long as you have breath in your body, okay, you have that time to get your heart right, getting your heart right with Yahuwah. Okay. So, I had that dream, and it's like when I had the dream, the part about the nails just really tripped me out. And I'm gonna tell y'all something strange. This is something, okay? I don't believe in coincidences, okay? Too much. But after I had that dream, let me just go back. Before I had that dream, I was getting my nails done, right? And when I started to, when I was getting my nails done, like before I stopped going, I would pray over the ladies who was doing my nails, right? And it was one lady that did my nails, and she was really sweet to me, okay? Really nice lady. But I noticed that whenever I started praying over her, she started, missing the appointments whenever I was scheduled an appointment. She would, take a long time. I just noticed that there was a shift, there was a change, whenever I started praying over her. So then I, stopped going to her, and she did my nails good too, okay? And so I stopped going to her, and I started going somewhere else where I know that they, did pretty good on my nails, but they just was, further away from my house. And when I went to go and get my nails done, and I saw one of the ladies, she had like a little kit with her tools that she used, to do, nails. And the kit that she used was like, y'all know those, it's the Altos, I think it's Altos, the little mints, the little tin can. She had that, but it was like Ouija, like, a Ouija board. And I remember, as she doing my nails, and I looked down and I saw that, I started praying. And you could just tell that the atmosphere just changed. People start feeling uncomfortable, okay? So it's like shortly after, my last experience with getting my nails done, I had this dream. And, it was like Yahweh was showing me, stop. You need to, discontinue getting your nails done, because a lot of these people are praying to, their gods, their statues or whatever. And, me being a believer and me getting my nails done by them, knowing that Yahweh uses my hands to do his work, that's not going to work. So I was like, okay, I got you. I understand, I need to stop. And then a month before that, I was getting, my hair done, and I had a breakage in my hair. Okay, it just came out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from. So, as you can see, I no longer put perms in my hair. I wear my hair natural now. So it's like he was showing me, revealing to me that these things are not good for me, that the way that he created me, the way that he made me is perfect. So all of these things that's in the world is damaging, to my body. I'm sorry. Damaging to my body, and just not only to my body, but a lot of the lies that I was taking in, it was also damaging, to my faith, because there were a lot of lies. And it's like the Holy Spirit had to basically reconstruct my mind, that I had to push away everything that I was taught, in the church, and just allow the Holy Spirit to, just reveal things to me, to feed me, to teach me, because that's what the Holy Spirit is for, right? He's our helper, okay? He is the one that feeds us revelation and knowledge, okay? So I had to allow the Holy Spirit, to just peel off layers and tear down walls, because was, in my prayer, Holy Spirit, tear down these walls, peel off every layer that needs to be peeled off, so that I will be the way that Yahweh wants me to be, okay? So, and another thing in that dream that I want to point out is that you noticed in the dream, my husband wasn't there, okay? He wasn't there. And so that's showing me that when all of this stuff happens, he's not here. It's just gonna, I'm here. So I have to rely on Yahusha, to help me through these things, okay? That I have to completely and totally lean on him, okay? Not leaning on my own understanding, not what the world tells me, not what a preacher tells me, but I have to lean on, Yahusha, to help me through all of this, to keep my eyes focused on him and, nothing and nobody else, okay? Because he's the only one that's going to help me, or be able to help me through all of this. And the same goes for you all as well. And so another thing about the dream, and it's the last thing that I want to point out, is that I don't ever have a dream about my godmother, okay? And my godmother, I knew her mother was sick, but it was like, I don't know if this was telling in a dream, and I think her mom, if I'm not mistaken, I think her mom was in that dream too. And her mom ended up passing away before, I had that dream before maybe like a week or two, maybe. I have to go back and look. I had that dream, and then her mother ended up dying maybe like a week later, I want to say. Okay, so I don't know if that was like, Yahweh was telling me that, what was going to be something happening with my godmother, with her family, because her family was there, and then, with my husband, like he wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess he was trying to tell me, look, this is who's going to be there, who's going to experience this, and who's not going to be able to see this. Okay. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And, as I started watching the news, because before I never watched the news, but now I do. And the only reason why I watch the news is just, so that I could see, what's going on, to see, okay, I go back to the book of Revelations and I see, okay, this happened in the world, that's happening. Okay, this seal has been opened. Okay, the second seal must have been opened. So that just kind of, just kind of looking at things, I'm still alert no matter what, but I just would like to know. That's all. Okay. So I want to read out of Matthew chapter 24, and we're going to do, it's going to be long, okay? So Matthew chapter 24, verses 1 through 51, okay? So I just want to read some things so that it will kind of, open up your minds and help you to see that we don't have any time, okay? The things that's going to take place, okay? Don't be deceived by anyone. Make sure you read the word so that you will know what to look for, okay? Because the word says even the elect, can be deceived. So we need to be on guard. We need to look, pray that our discernment is sharpened, okay? So that we can know what spirit is of Yahweh and what spirit is of Satan, okay? Okay, so Matthew chapter 24, let's go. And going out, Yahusha went away from the temple, and his disciples came near to point out to him the buildings of the temple. And Yahusha said to them, "Do you not see all these? Truly I say to you, not one stone shall be left here upon another at all, which shall not be thrown down." And as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him separately, saying, "Say to us, when shall this be? And what is the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?" And Yahusha answering said to them, "Take heed that no one leads you astray." Remember I said that? "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and they shall lead many astray. That you are not," hold on. "And many astray, "and you shall begin to hear of fightings and reports of fightings. See that you are not troubled, for these have to take place, but the end is not yet." Okay, so just not yet. "For nation shall rise against nation, and reign against reign," or kingdom against kingdom. I'm reading the Hebrew and English translation. "And there shall be scarcities of food, and deadly diseases, and earthquakes in place. And all these are the beginning of birth pains." So just the beginning. And we've seen that. "Then they shall deliver you up to affliction and kill you, and you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many shall stumble, and they shall deliver up one another and shall hate one another." And we already seeing that. How when you speak the truth, when you speak specifically and directly at, what the word is saying, people are hating you. And the ones that's saying that they love, Yahusha. Okay. "And many false prophets shall rise up and lead many astray." We're seeing that. "And because of the increase in lawlessness, the love of many shall become cold." That is so true, y'all, because we have people who they love dogs and other animals more than they love human beings. That's crazy. "But he who shall have endured to the end shall be saved. And this good news of the kingdom shall be proclaimed in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end shall come. So when you see the abomination that lays waste, spoken by Daniel the prophet, put up in the temple, he who reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not come down to take whatever out of his house. And let him who is in the field not turn back to get his garments. And woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing children in those days. And pray that your flight does not take place in winter or on the Sabbath. See, Yahusha was recognizing the Sabbath, because people seem to they disregard the Sabbath. The Sabbath is not on Sunday, it's on Saturday. Okay. And it's in the Ten Commandments. Remember, we still go by the Ten Commandments, right? For then there shall be great distress, such as has not been since the beginning of the world unto this time, no, nor ever shall be. And if those days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the sake of the chosen ones, those days shall be shortened. If anyone then says to you, look, here's the Hamashiach, or there, do not believe, for false messiahs and false prophets shall arise, and they shall show great signs and wonders so as to lead astray, if possible, even the chosen ones. And that kind of had me thinking, you see it says for false messiahs, is people, I guess, saying that they are Yahusha. And then it said false prophets, we already know we have them, shall arise, and they shall show great signs and wonders. And we're seeing that. And you see how these people popping up talking about UFOs and stuff like that. So please don't be deceived, because you're going to see some things and people are going to be in awe by it. And they're going to think that it's coming from, Yahuwah, and it will all be a big fat lie. But when you know the word of Yahuwah, then you'll know that that's not what his word says. It's something kind of funny about that. You won't be able to fall for what, deceit that they're going to try to give us. Okay. See, I have forewarned you. So if they say to you, look, he is in the desert, do not go out. Or look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines to the west, so also shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For wherever the dead body is, there the vultures shall be gathered together. And immediately after the distress of those days, the sun shall be darkened. Oh, it's getting scary, huh? And the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heavens, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Okay? And then the sign of the Son of Man shall appear in the heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the heaven with power and much esteem. Oh, glory. And he shall send his messengers, which is angels, with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his chosen ones from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. And learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see all these, know that he is near at the doors. So that's why I look at the news. So I'm looking at all of this to see, okay? Because I know, okay, that time is coming near, okay? Truly, I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away until all this takes place. The heaven and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. But concerning that day and the hour, no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So only Yahuwah knows. And as the days of Noah, so also shall the coming of the coming of man be. The coming of the Son of Man be, sorry. For as they were in the days before the flood, eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And they did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So see, we gonna be just having fun, living life, you know what I'm saying? Doing whatever. And that's when it's all gonna happen. You're not gonna even expect it to happen. Just like they did, like you said, during the days of Noah. They were just living life. And then all of a sudden, this great flood came and wiped them off. Okay? So it'll be that same way. So that's why you need to be on guard. You need to be on the lookout. Be aware of what's going on. Give your whole life, your heart, everything to Yahusha. Okay? And let me see, where did I leave off at? Okay, Then two shall be in the field. The one is taken and the one is left. Two shall be grinding at the mill. One is taken and one is left. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your Adon is coming. Adon is Lord. And know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Because of this, be ready too, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour when you do not expect him. Who then is a trustworthy and wise servant, whom his master put over his household to give them food in the season? Blessed is that servant whom his master, having come, shall find so doing. So that's like us, doing what we're supposed to be doing. He left us to, be in charge, to feed his people, okay? And, to lead them to him. But can he trust us with that? Are you being trustworthy with the ministry, with his word? Are you doing so? Let me go back to where I was. Okay. Truly I say to you that he shall put him over all his possessions. But if that evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, and begins to beat his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunkards, we see a lot of people doing that. The master of that servant shall come on the day when he does not expect it, and at an hour he does not know, and shall cut him in two and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. We already know what that means. Weeping and gnashing of the teeth. That ain't in heaven, is it? Okay? Weeping and gnashing of the teeth sound like that's some torture. Okay? That sounds like a person that's perishing. So you don't know when the time is coming. Don't think you got time, because like I said, people just dropping. And we like, okay, what happened? They were healthy. They were okay. Just dropping. But they thought they had time. Or just like I said, we could be just living life and all of a sudden it happened. He's coming. Then what you doing? What can you say if you are caught up in sin, habitually sinning is what I'm talking about. You habitually sinning. What do you got to say about that? You can't lie about it because he already know what's in your heart. Because you have a heart for that sin. So turn your heart to him. Okay? And, especially talking about Israel. Okay? Stand up. Stand up. Do what's right. We are Yahuwah's people. So turn your heart, everything to him. Yield your mind and your heart to him. Okay? Because, he chose our people. Okay? He was the one that chose our people to be in covenant with. And then, there had to be a new covenant in which the Gentiles who believe in Mashiach, were grafted in. But Israel, you notice that whenever you do things that you shouldn't be doing, we're the ones that pay a heavy price for it. Just like with children, the oldest child will be the one that would get in the most trouble, right? They're the ones that the parent would look at and be like, you the oldest. I told you, you shouldn't be doing that. So therefore, the punishment come down on you. So get yourself together. And if we don't know who Israel is, read Deuteronomy 28, the part about the curses. And you tell me who people that is, because it's not the people that sit in Israel today. So look at that. Pay attention to that. Take heed to that. And then there's also a video that I did. I think it's called The Hidden Truth. Pray about it. Everything that I tell you, anyone tells you, you read about it. Do your research. Read the word. Go and pray about it. Okay? Because the Holy Spirit won't ever lead you astray. He would not ever lead you to the wrong information, because that's Yahuwah's spirit. So if you have any doubts about what I'm telling you, go take it up in prayer. I encourage you. Always read the word. Always, be in prayer, in fellowship with the Holy Spirit. Okay? And I have one more that I want to read. And it's not going to be long. But this is just a warning, especially for Israel. Get it together, because we're supposed to be that light that shines. The one that's supposed to bring the world to Yahuwah. Okay? We're the ones where that's, because Yahuwah take covenant serious. And you break that covenant, there's consequences to it. You a lawbreaker. I wouldn't want to be in trouble with him for nothing. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how much money you pay me. No thanks. Because I need to be happy for eternity versus being tortured, okay? Being damned. I ain't trying to do all that. Nope. And especially life here on earth is hard enough already. I want to rest for eternity. Be at peace. Be at home where I should be, Okay, so then we're going to go to 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 5. Okay. But know this, that in the last days hard times shall come. For men shall be lovers of self, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, thankless, wrongdoers, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, fierce, haters of good, betrayers, reckless, puffed up, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of Elohim, having a form of reverence, but denying its power. And turn away from these. Let me go back on this. I just want to put this out. Having a form of reverence, but denying its power. That's the people, oh, I love Yahuwah. Oh, I love him. I love him. But they don't have any trust or faith in him. They say and claim that they love him, but they have their faith and hope in man. That man can make them rich. That man can bring them out of poverty. They looking at what man could do for them. Where's their faith? The faith that, from the Elohim whom they say that they love and supposedly trust. Just want to put that out there. So, this is just, warning, wake up call, because like I said, we can't afford to just sit here and just think, oh, you know, this gonna pass, everything gonna be okay. I don't see anything getting better, y'all. This is just the beginning, like I said. So we need to be on guard. We need to be on alert. Don't be deceived, okay? There will be many that will be deceived. And I pray that whoever is watching this, you know, y'all don't fall into that trap, okay? You know, there's some serious stuff, and this is alarming. Make sure that you get yourself right, get your heart right, you know, with Yahuwah. Be men and women who's after Yahuwah's own heart, okay? Pray that the scales are fully removed from your eyes. Pray that, you know, your minds are transformed into the minds of Mashiach. Pray that, you know, that heart of stone is removed from you, and that you have a heart of flesh, and that you're, you know, that he awakens your spirit, okay? Because this is some serious business, and I'm coming to you all, you know, with love, okay? The ones who we love, we warn them. I mean, how can you say you love someone and you just allow them to come to devastation? That's not love. You know, whether it's something you want to hear or not, you know, love is, you know, you are warning that person so that they won't perish. Okay? So you all, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button if you like it. And please share this video with others. You know, everyone needs to be warned, okay? Everyone needs to be warned. So you all, I love you guys. Be safe and bless you all.